This is life in the truck. It's not all that easy. It takes a lot of work, a lot of discipline to do the right thing. And there's a lot of wrong things that you can do out here on the road. You know, and it's not all about driving. There's a lot of planning, a lot of thought that you need to put into it, a lot of sacrifice that you might have to make. You might not get that much sleep in order to get a certain load delivered. That's kind of the sacrifice that you need to make to be available to work. Or you can say you're not available and shut down, stay parked and get more sleep and spend more time at a truck stop, or get to a certain town and take a day or two off and go travel, go see the town, get in a cab, rent a car, rent a motorcycle. And I had to rent a Mustang once. I was renting an economy car because I was getting off the road and I was moving to Minnesota, and I had the rental car all set up, and I got the truck down, parked it in this trucking yard, got a cab over to the rental place, and they'd already rented the economy car out to somebody else, and all they had left was the EcoBoost Mustang convertible. And I was like, so freaking, for some of y'all know what that means. Anyway, so I get this Mustang and I gotta drive it from Illinois to Minnesota to bring my stuff from my truck to my new apartment, and then drive it all the way back. It's like, no, it's the same route that I'm driving with this truck here. So that was actually kind of fun to do. And then get in the truck, drive it all the way back cross country, drop it off, get on a plane, fly back home, and then that was, I'm off the road, I'm done trucking. But it's not easy to get all that set up, and when you want to go do things, you can't just stop somewhere and just say, oh, I'm going to go do this stuff. You have to plan ahead. And then the same thing applies when you're driving just down the road from point A to point B. You're planning ahead. You're looking for problems that might obstruct your path and where you need to go, slow you down, or get in the way, just make absolute chaos of your trip. If you think about it on your life, the same thing. When you're trying to get from this point in your life to the next point in your life, you've got to be looking ahead and know what you're doing, and know where the hazards are, know where you're going to run into issues, and try to enjoy the trip along the way, and don't kill anybody. Some things are gonna piss you off. You got to deal with it. There's gonna be obstacles and challenges. You're gonna face some difficult times, and it might even set you back a little bit, but you get to gain a lot from that. You learn a bunch. There's stuff that you didn't know, but because this happened, that was your lesson. That's what you need. I guess that's what life says, that this is something you're going to need to know in order to get to your destination. Or maybe that's just where you need to go. Maybe that's just the fork in the road. Maybe you decided, like, you know what? I didn't know. I got to this point and I found out, this isn't something I want to do. And you go a different direction. Maybe you want to drive a truck. You don't know if you want to drive a truck. You got to find out. Try driving one. I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle, but I always saw problems with traffic, and how dangerous it could be. But now that I know the roads so well from driving, that I feel I can really apply a lot of that knowledge to riding a bike and be able to avoid all those dangerous situations, and go out and actually have fun with it. It says that I know trucking, how to plan ahead. I know I can get to some of these places and actually go out and have some fun. So what I want to do while I'm driving this truck is make friends in little communities all over this country. So when I get there, I can go have some fun. Well, I'm just kind of by myself here, but I mean, if you and a friend want to go out and do this, you can get you and a buddy, both, your bestie, get together, get some CDLs, go through a little trucking school or whatever. They'll pay for it. They'll put you in a truck and you guys can go out and go trucking, go and have some fun. And then when you get there, plan like go rent some bikes, rent some motorcycles, get some there's downhill mountain biking like all over Utah and New Mexico. You could shut down there, get out there and freaking have a fucking blast. And you probably never get that opportunity, in some other little dead end job that you got in your ghetto ass neighborhood. Freaking, you got to live, with your friends to just to survive these days. But now here, I mean, you don't have rent. You get paid to live here. I mean, it's a small space, but I mean, you don't really, unless you want to like live in your house and spend all your time at home, it's like, I don't. I always, when I get home, I leave. I don't spend that much time. So, I mean, I'm always moving. And sometimes I don't, it's a little bit of sacrifice, and you do a service for your community because you're delivering products that everybody needs. Like I deliver food. So I feel like I'm serving my country. I'm making a sacrifice. I was in the military, service and sacrifice. I got my Marine Corps sweatshirt on here. I was a radar guy in the Marine Corps. I did security patrols in Iraq. Even though I learned electronics, I went out and I drove a Humvee out in the desert looking for bombs and making sure nobody came on the base and attacked anybody and setting up roadblocks. It was, you're with all your buddies. That's what really makes life worth it, is that you have a community and you're a part of something. Out here on trucking, you're a part of all these guys. They all know it, but there's a lot of hate out here in trucking though too. A lot of guys that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. But when you get off the road and you hang out with other truck drivers or other motorcyclists, or you got your car team, you got the same kinds of cars, you go to car meets or whatever it is you do. You're a golfer, bowling, you play baseball, sports, chess, video games, all that stuff. You got your little communities and you're all part of it. And it's just kind of getting off point. But what I mean is you've got to think critically about what it is that